Hi guys, in this video we're going to continue the problem on projection of solids. So in this video we're going to see about the projection of pyramids. So let us consider a problem, a pentagonal pyramid, 25 mm sides of base, 50 mm axis length, rests on HP on one of its corners of the base, such that two base edges containing the corner on which it rests makes equal inclination with HP. Draw the projection of the pyramid when the axis of the pyramid is inclined to HP at 40 degrees and to VP at 30 degrees. So by this question we can clearly say that the initial position will be resting on HP and one of its corners. So I want to start my projection from the top view, keeping the corner on the right hand side. So let me start with the XY line. So I want to start with your XY line and I'm going to specify that as X and Y and Y, and I want to specify VP by HP, which indicates it is in the first angle of projection. So I want to consider the pentagon now. So pentagon again, I want to consider using the angle method, 25 at 0, 25 at 72, 25 at 144, 25 at 216, 25 at 288. So, but this is not the exact position I want to keep the pentagon. So, just I want to make this as a group and make the thickness. So, I want to select this. I want to make the thickness as 0.5 mm. I'll go for rotate and I want to keep the corner on the right hand side. So, left hand side, the edge will be perpendicular to the XY line. Now, when I want to keep like this and I want to name the points, since I have taken the right hand side as the initial position, I'm going to start from here: A, B, C, D, and E. Since the pyramid has only one face, so the naming will be easy. So A, B, C, D, E I can name. Whereas the prism, you have two faces. So first bottom face I'm going to go for A1, B1, C1, D1, E1, and upper face as A, B, C, D, E. So in a pyramid, you can directly name the base as A, B, C, D, E, and the apex as O. So I'm going to name this. But when I want to keep this as an initial position, you may lose your marks because you're not shown the slant edges. Because when you're going to observe any of the pyramid from the top, I can see the slant edges. So slant edge is nothing but from the apex to the each corner. So I have to identify the center point. So I'm going to join the medians over here. So just I want to join the medians. So all the five sides just I'm going to join. So you can go for trim. So from here I'm not drawn, so I'm going to join. So now these are the slant edges which will be visible clearly from the top side. So I want to make this as a clearly visible one. So I want to go for 0.5. So they are actual slant edges. So I want to name this as O in bracket O1. So I want to get the naming as like this way. So once you've done the naming, so I have to go for the projection. So before that, just let me show the dimension over there, 25, and I will zoom this particularly so that it will be clearly visible for you people. Okay, so now when I go for the projection, so first in a pyramid always you have to project the axis. So I want to select the axis. So I'll go for line, select the axis point. So I want to draw a line over there. So this is the axis line. So always first you project the axis point. So axis side for this is given as 50. So I want to take 50. So this is your axis. So in the here the axis is behind the face, so it will be visible. So I want to make it as axis line. Now I want to project the point. So this one point, and this is another point, and this is the another point. So when I want to observe from the front, I can see this triangular face and this triangular face. So I can say DEA, whereas B and C will be invisible. But in the pyramid, here you can't draw a parallel lines. It should be a line which connects to the apex. So from each surface from the bottom, I have to connect to the apex. So I want to join over here. Similarly, from this, I want to join to this. Again, from here, I want to join to this. So this are called as the slant edges. The lines which I am joining now from the base to the apex, they are called as the slant edges. So now I want to join over there. So now I got 1, 2, 3, and this is having triangle over there. So I'm going to form a triangular face over there. So this and this I want to select, and I want to make as 0.5 mm. So I have to go for the naming. So as I said, A, E, D will be visible. So this will be A dash, and this will be E dash in bracket, B dash, and this will be your D dash in bracket C dash, and this will be O1 dash, and apex will be O dash. So once you got the naming, so the next is going for the next projection. So go for showing the dimension of the axis. So axis dimension is 50. Here I can't show the height for the slant edges because it will be varies based on the height of the axis. So now once you've done the second position what they given, the pyramid is inclined HP at an angle of 40, which is inclined the axis. So the axis has to be inclined. In the prism, what we are doing is we are rotating the parallel sides which are parallel to the axis, but here the none of the sides are parallel to the axis because all are connecting at the apex. So I can't use this slant edges for the rotation. So what I want to do is instead of rotating the axis, I will go for the base. So when you want to rotate the base, it will be equals to the given angle for the axis minus 90. So that is 90 minus the given angle for the axis that I want to select. So what I want to do now, I want to make this as a group now first. So I want to select all the sides and I want to make it as a group and write it. And I already explained why you need to go for the group. So again I'll repeat. So group will make you to easily move the object from one position to another position or copy or rotate. Whatever you want you can do easily when it is in a group position. So once you've done the group, so I'll go for move option, select this point and I want to place over there. Now instead of rotating the axis, as I said, I'll go for the base. So I'll go for rotate, select the base first point and this base I go for rotating this side. So now this angle, how much I'm going to rotate depends on 90 minus the given angle. So for a here given angle is 40, so 90 minus 40 will be 50. So I'll go for the angle. You can go for the angle. So don't go for the position angle, just go for the angle as 50. It shows both the side. I'll go for this side. So now it has been rotated. So how you want to say whether what I done is correct or not? If you go on checking of this, you can see that it is rotated for 40 degree. But what I rotated is this 50 degree. Okay, so both the things you can do. Okay, now once you've done this, just go for the naming. So this point is O dash, and this point will be A dash, and this is D dash in bracket C dash, C dash, and this point will be E dash in bracket B dash, and this one will be O1 dash. So once I done this, I have to project this downwards. So I'll go for that. So in prism, what I explained is you can select the upper face first, then you can go for the lower face. Here you have only one single face. So I want to start with the apex. So I want to select the apex point and the uppermost points, that is D and C. So D and C I want to select. This is D and this is C. So just I going to name that points. So this is your C and this is your D, and I want to take the axis point from here. So this is your axis point. So I want to take that, and that particular point I'm going to name as O. So now C D O is completely visible. That is a triangular face which is completely visible. So I want to draw that first. Next I'll go for the next upper face, that is E and B I want to draw. So this is your B and this is your E. So now this lines which are coming out of the triangle which I already drawn, so that will be visible. So I want to make this one as B and this one as E, which will be visible. Now I'll go for the last one, bottom one, that is A. So this is your A point, so that which is going inside the face. So let me make that as A now. So I want to join B to A, which forms another triangle. E to A, another triangle. Means OBC and OED are the two triangles which will be visible now. So now which are visible, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This are visible. So I want to make as 0.5. Now which is at the bottommost is A point. So when I want to join from O to A, it will be invisible. From A it is joined to B. Again from A it is joined to E. So these three lines will be invisible. 1, 2 and 3. So this I want to make as invisible line, that is dotted line, and I want to make as 0.5. Now what is left out is axis. So I'll go for the axis point. I want to select and this line I going to trim off. So I going to join from ear to ear, and this I going to make as axis line. So this is your second position. So once you've done the second position, I have to see the third condition, what exactly they're given. In this problem, they said that the axis of the pyramid inclined to VP at 30 degree. So actual height of the axis is 50, but when you want to see the actual axis height in the second position, it has been reduced, that is 38.3. So means here I can't directly go for the true inclination because of the change in the length. So I should calculate the beta angle. If they might have given as appears to be inclined, then I should have directly taken the angle. I would have done the rotation over there. Since they're given a true inclination, as the dimension has been changed, I should go find out the beta angle. So we need to find the beta angle. First, you take the any of the position over there. What is the angle given? It is 30 degrees. So I'll go for 30 degrees and I'm going to draw a line. So now I'll go for arc by center point. From this point, what is the actual height of the axis is 50. So I'm going to select 50 and I'm going to draw a arc. So just I'll go for trim option and trim off this. So where there's an arc that's been cut, just I'm going to draw a line. So this is your locus. So I'm going to specify this point as O and this particular point as O1. So now I'll go for again arc by center point. Select the same O point. So I'll go for now second position, that is 38.3, and I want to draw the arc. So I want to draw the arc now. Just go for trim. I want to trim off. So now from this point I want to join. Again this point will be termed as O1. So now this O1 is the second position dimension. So I'll just go for the showing the angle. So the initial true inclination is given is 30. So what is apparent inclination I'm going to get is 41 degrees. Now from this I should draw this third position. So in sketchbook you can do the construction, but in system it will be very easy. You can directly copy from the second position. So what I want to do is I want to select all the sides of the second position solid, and I just going to select the namings also. So just going to make that as a group. So once it is group has been done, I want to select, go for move option. This O should be at O point. Now I'll go for rotate. So this O and O1 should be on this line. So directly I'm rotated the position. So you can remove the arc over here or let it be. So now once you got this, I have to project. So in the pyramid, always what I'm going to suggest is keep the base towards the observer. Don't rotate the apex near the observer, so that it will be very difficult to identify which are visible, which are invisible. So keeping the base makes it is very easy for you people. So I just kept the base near to the observer. So I'm going to take DC, I'm going to take EB and A. So A is exactly on the XY line, so I want to take A. B is in the second line, C is in the third, again D is in the third, and E is in the second. So I'm going to join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to A. So just I go for naming. So I'm going to start with A dash. So this is your A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash, and this will be E dash. So now this base is completely visible. So I'm going to select that and make that as completely visible. Now I'll go for the apex. So this is your O. I'm going to select from O1. I'm going to join. So now this point is point O dash. Now I'm going to join that. This face is completely visible. Which are the things which goes inside, it will be invisible. So from C to O, which is outside, D to O outside, E to O outside. When I'm going to join B to O and A to O, both are going inside the face. Just say here 1 and 2, which is going inside the base, that I want to make as dotted line. and all the remaining lines are going to make as visible lines. So I'm going to select that, make that as 0.5. And axis is left out, so I'm going to take the axis point, and from here again O1. So from this point, I want to join to the axis, and this I want to show as axis line. So this is how we're going to solve the problem in pyramid. Compared to prism, pyramid is very easy, and projection also will be a little bit easy compared to the prism. So next video, we're going to see some of the other problems on pyramid. Thank you.